people shoot for fun. AK-47 beat and 3-stripe AK-15.
In today's video, we're going to be doing an in-depth covering of the regular guy's EDC, okay? So this is going to be a minimalist, normal EDC, not a bunch of fixed blades, tactical flashlights, none of that jazz. We're just going to be talking about the everyday carry essentials, okay? So I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to have this. Some of you guys may not have one of the things that I carry, because I do have a wild ball to throw in here, or a wild card, whatever you guys want to call it. So if that sounds like something you guys are going to enjoy, some type of videos that you guys would like to watch on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for more content like this, and let's get into the video. So first things first, obviously I don't have to lay out my exact everyday carry things that I carry. I'm still going to, but the first basic starter things are going to be the pocket check items, the phone, wallet, knife, keys, OC. So I'm going to show you guys all that. Of course, the everyday carry firearm is in there. And then we have another wild card that I told you guys about in the intro that I'm going to show that I think is very important, that I think every prepared citizen in today's day and age should have on them 100% of the time if they can. If they can't have it on body, they need to have it off body. I'm going to show you guys the EDC firearm. It's very simple. A Glock 19 with a Hollow Sun 407C, I believe, 407A3. It's just some Palmetto State Armory Special. It's the one that doesn't have the solar panel on top. It's a little bit cheaper because of that, and I threw that on there because it fits the same footprint. This holster that I carry this in, if you guys are interested, this is just a Vetter Holsters light tuck holster, and it's been very reliable. I've carried with this holster for 6 to 7 years. Yeah, but yeah. And then along with the holster, I just have this. So I just keep them, they just sit in my waistband just like this, as you guys can see. So I just keep the mag right next to it. Instead of carrying a sidecar setup, I do it like this, because sometimes I may just want to like walk out to my patio, go get the mail or something, take out the trash, and instead of taking an extra mag every single time, I might just throw the gun in my waistband. So this is my primary everyday carry firearm, my concealed carry weapon system. I don't have an individual EDC flashlight because I do have a flashlight on my cell phone, and I do have a weapon mounted light. Although I do know the weapon mounted light is only for positive ID, I don't think I'm gonna need to search for things, because I'm not losing things every single day in the dark at nighttime in parking lots where I'm gonna need a flashlight. Glock 19, I'll go ahead and show you guys how I have it accessorized. This is loaded and hot. I didn't make it unready because, like I said, this is my everyday carry, and this is what I keep in my house for home defense. So I'm not gonna make it unloaded right now and not be ready, but I'm just gonna practice safe firearm handling skills, right? So this is my Glock 19. I keep an Olight PL Mini 2 on there and a Hollow Sun. And that's basically how I keep it on, keep it ready to go. Like I said, this firearm is loaded, it is hot, ready to go. I'm not gonna unload it for this video because I'm not gonna make myself unprepared, okay? But that is just the case of how I'm gonna do it. Basic phone, wallet. Can't show you guys the phone because you guys are on it right now. But phone, wallet, knife, keys, and then OC. And this is something that I'm a really big harper. I have a really big opinion about. So you guys could have all the other EDC items, but if you don't have a good way to negate using lethal force, it could get you in a quick legal battle. All you have is a hammer, then everything becomes a nail. So having this gives you a way of using less than lethal force. And I'm gonna give you guys a quick up close of what this looks like. This is the Palm OC. Hopefully that's focusing there. I'll also throw up a quick screenshot of what it looks like where you guys could purchase this. It's very cheap. You could buy this in a pack of 2, I believe, for 14 bucks. If it's not a pack of 2 for 14, that's maybe a sale I got it on, but you could buy one of these for $14 to $15 guaranteed on Amazon right now. If you guys want, whoever's watching this, I'll also throw in a clip or show you guys a little short video later on of me getting sprayed with this. I actually tested one of these on myself. It is horrible stuff. This is truly the hot sauce. If you guys watch Active Self-Protection, this is the stuff he recommends. I'm not paid or sponsored by Palm OC. They did not send this to me, just so you guys know. I'm a regular, everyday guy, who works a normal job, and I bought this with my money just to test it, just to have some pepper spray to carry, because like I said, if you have the thought process of a hammer, everything becomes a nail, okay? So having a less than lethal option is vital, absolutely vital. If you're a gun guy, I almost deem this just as vital as carrying medical because, like I said, you can't just shoot everybody. I have a perfect example of a situation I was in leaving work the other day with my coworker. We were leaving, we were in the parking lot on our way out. Homeless guy, drug addict, whatever the case may be, starts to approach us, right? He's asking us for money. We legitimately don't have any cash. Most people don't carry cash. We don't have any cash on us at the moment. I don't actually know if my coworker does, but it's no one else's business, right? So I had this on me. I also had my firearm on me, but it wasn't a situation where I would have needed to pull my firearm. Yes, this homeless man, drug addict, started to get a little bit hostile verbally because we didn't present him with the amount of dollars or any dollars that he requested. He wanted a couple dollars for whatever case may be. We told him we don't have it. I'm sorry. And try to let him go on about his day. And he started to scream at us, yell at us, and walk towards our direction. And he began to follow me. At that point, I already had my hand on my OC, my pepper spray from Palm. That'd be a perfect situation to keep your distance and bless him with the hot sauce, as John Korea would say, from Active Self-Protection. If you guys haven't watched Active Self-Protection and got any useful educational footage ingrained into your mind yet, I definitely recommend it. Some of it can be kind of excessive with the stuff that's shown and the violence and the stuff that takes place within the footage, but it's real life, it's the real things that happen, and I wouldn't try to avoid it if I was you, if you consider yourself an everyday prepared citizen who's a regular guy who EDCs and carries his firearm, because these are very likely the things that you could run into in a real life situation, okay? He gives you real data to back up proper situational awareness skills. Like I said, have a way to back yourself up with less than lethal force, okay? One of my other everyday carry items, I'm just gonna show this right here. It's a very simple item. It's a cheap Casio watch. You could get these for like $15 to $19 on Amazon. It just depends on what sale you find. I got this for 20 bucks at Walmart, okay? I use this to tell the time at work, so I'm not looking at my phone looking like a Gen Z iPad kid who's stuck on his phone, okay? That's something that takes away from your situational awareness, and it makes you a hazard, more of a liability, less than an asset to your team. I harped about the less than lethal pepper spray, OC spray. Like I said, I do a pocket check. I do phone, wallet, knife, keys, OC. Keep the phone and wallet in the same pocket, knife in the same location every time, keys in the same location, and the OC in the same location every time. I also do not recommend you guys switch up your everyday carry pocket locations. If you keep your knife and your OC somewhere, do not switch up where you carry them. You may need to go grab your OC and then it's in the wrong location, and now you're fumbling to try to pepper spray the guy, or you need your knife and you can't get your knife when you need it. Most likely you shouldn't be using a knife in a defensive situation anyways. You should do more research on that. I mean, yes, it could be used in a defensive situation, but most likely both parties could end up being cut. And if the other guy has a knife, you absolutely should never try to engage. I would just try to run as far away from him as fast as you can and put rounds on target. At that point, if someone has a knife, also, that's always a lethal force situation. He needs rounds put in him. But you need to get distance as well because of the 21-foot rule. So you guys need to be aware of all this stuff. Be aware of your situational awareness. If someone gets close to you, they could just sneak a knife into your neck before you even realize what happened. Just like the footage you guys have seen on that train of that Ukrainian girl getting stabbed. These are just real reality situations. You can't always negate these, but this is why I don't take public transportation. This is why if I did, I would sit as far as I can away from somebody. I would sit facing towards them, and you just got to have good situational awareness. But off of situational awareness, less than lethal, and watching people and talking about tragedies that happen to innocent women, we're going to talk about my EDC knife that I include. This one's from Kershaw. Mechanics are very nice, and I like the grip on this one. It has a G10 grip, very light material, good pocket clip, and yeah, here's another one that's kind of similar, but it's just a mini version. Problem with this one is it's only better for cutting boxes versus actually fighting. Don't get me wrong, both of these could be fighting blades. I mean, I've seen smaller knives and shanks made than this one for sure, but what would you guys want to have as a fighting blade realistically? I mean, I know my answer, but this is the one I think I'm going to start everyday carrying, especially with the Glock 19. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the bonus wild card that I keep for my everyday carry that I believe every prepared citizen should always have, okay? And this is just, there's really no brainer about this. Every prepared citizen should every day carry some type of medical on body. I don't care if it's an ankle kit. I don't care if it's an appendix carry kit. If you guys haven't heard of those, look up Apex Development Co. I believe that's the company. There's a bunch of different companies. You could find ways to appendix carry small of the back inside the waistband medical. It doesn't have to be on a gun belt. It could be concealed within the back of your shirt. Just get a longer shirt. You're not gonna get in trouble. I've been into facilities where firearms are strictly non-allowed. They've seen this. I told them it's medical, and they let me go in with it. You guys need this. This could save a life. This could save your life. This could save a family member's life. If you have this outfitted right, it could save multiple lives. And you could outfit it to just have a boo-boo kit in there too for everyday cuts, lacerations, and things like that. But regardless of what it could be used for, I'm gonna go in depth of what I have in this, okay? So before I go in depth, I want you guys to know where you can get this. Again, I'm not paid by this company. I'm not sponsored. I'm not talking about these companies to get you to go buy their product for me to get paid. If I was, I would tell you, and I tell you I appreciate it if you would buy it, but I'm not. I just know this is a good product, so I would recommend this if you guys purchase this. Okay, so this is the Wilderness. This is the Wilderness ankle kit. You could get it. This is also recommended by Active Self-Protection, John Correa. He also has one of these, and his is very much more worn than mine. I've been wearing this one for about 3 to 4 months now, every single day at work. Very comfortable. I keep this hidden in dress pants, black dress pants, and it's non-detectable. No one knows I have it. Gloves, I bought these off of Amazon. They're a little bit thicker meal, just so while you're putting them on, I don't want to have to worry about them breaking, or if I'm packing a wound, I don't want to have to worry about the glove just ripping super easily, right? It wouldn't make any sense. And here, this little flap, you guys can see like that little paper stuff. That's just like a boo-boo kit slot. I got Band-Aids, little gauze pads, some medical tape, things like that. And here, these are some compact chest seals. I'm sure you guys are aware of those. The compact chest seals from North American Rescue. All right, right here, this is not a cat tourniquet. This is a soft T wide tourniquet by TacMed Solutions, I believe. The X-Shear Minis, these work great for an ankle kit. And here, right behind the trauma shears, I keep an elastic exercise bandage, right? And you're like, why do you have an elastic exercise bandage in your medical gear? And I'm sure some of you guys who are aware of medical stuff and the reasons of its usage already know why that is. But that's because an elastic bandage works great as a tourniquet on children and canines, but it also could be double used as a pressure dressing, which a real pressure dressing is going to be way too bulky to fit in here on your ankle and hide in any clothing. This could fit in most clothing, most pants. I preferably wear this over cowboy boots, and then just put the boot, I wear this over my boot shaft on my cowboy boot, and then just put the jean over this. Or if I'm wearing dress pants, they're a little bit loose and baggy enough to fit right over this, but it works perfectly. Right in here, I keep some combat gauze and a little thing of tape to secure whatever it may be. Yes, it's a little dirty, it got hair on it. I'm not necessarily worried about the wound being perfectly sanitary. If I'm using this stuff, it's not because they have a boo-boo necessarily, but it's most likely because they have a life-threatening traumatic injury that needs to be assessed as soon as possible, or they're gonna die right there. So that's what I keep in here. Trauma shears, elastic bandage to act as a tourniquet for a child or a dog, combat gauze or hemostatic gauze. I'm also gonna post a short video here shortly on how you guys could save money on combat gauze or hemostatic gauze and not pay the money that it costs for combat gauze, but you could still get the same benefit from North American Rescue because there's a more affordable option that does just as good. It's literally the same thing that a lot of people don't talk about. So I'm gonna post that here soon, shortly, on my shorts video. If you're here, you're watching this, be aware of that. But yeah, chest seals or the boo-boo kit, tourniquet. We keep this on our ankle all day, everyday carry, and this is our primary everyday carry solution, okay? I know I showed you guys all of this kind of jumbled up in different parts of the video, but I'm gonna go ahead and lay it out on the table neatly for you guys so you could see it all, and I could show you guys and describe it one last time. And then you guys can go ahead in the comment section and critique me. Tell me what you guys think about my everyday carry firearm. Tell me what you think about my Olight that is gonna blow up on me, even though I've carried that for 7 years. And then let me know what you guys think for the new videos and the new style. This is the new backdrop that we got for the channel. It's this little thing we hung up. If you guys want a tutorial on how to make that, I could show you guys. It's just like some plumbing pipe or whatever the case may be, some like 3/4 inch pipe that I put together and I mounted into the stud on the wall. But let's go ahead and do one last overview of the EDC, and we'll close out this video. This is it here. It's not the cleanest, not the neatest, but this is the little cheap everyday carry mat that I house everything on right here. So I got my backup mag, my everyday carry firearm, wallet, knife, keys, OC, cell phone. It's very basic, like I said, regular guy setup. If you guys like the EDC breakdown, if it's long-winded, whatever you feel of this rundown, let me know. Comment down below. I appreciate the feedback. I'm trying to have more content coming out to you guys. Like I said, this is one of my recent videos coming back to YouTube. I'm going to be coming at you guys with more content, but here is my very rudimentary EDC breakdown. Let me know what you think. I'll have more content similar to this coming out pretty shortly, but yeah, just a simple regular guy EDC. Comment down below your opinion, your EDC setup. I'll have more videos coming out like this here shortly, and this is FP out.